Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another set of roster reviews. This today should close out the sheet, and then I'll move on to Discord-related requests. First review today is Mol Eliza. They're in Mandalorian's Cruise, 2.89 million GP, Carbonite 1. Said they started in February 2016, but didn't take it seriously until 5 months ago, which would mean. So they requested probably towards the end of spring 2023. So that would mean towards the end of 2022 or beginning 2023 is when they start taking it seriously. So they're focused on Grand Arena and are a free player, but not focused on guild stuff, which is kind of interesting. You got to be focused on guild stuff to be able to get yourself leveraged into a good guild to progress in a number of ways. So that's very important. This account kind of reminds me, with a few additions, kind of reminds me of where I left my free play account that I started in 2019, where I left it after a year and a couple months. We got the Revens, we got Darth Vader, Boba Fett. He's working on Executor, I believe. Some Relic pilots. So it looks like what Literally does have in Relics, he is kind of focused on pilots, which is good. Only R1 Kenobi. Which could be worse, but could be better. I'm glad to see the Negotiator fleet. Chimera is 6-star. These are a lot of things that people usually get a lot faster. There's 7-star Plo Koon Starfighter. Negotiator's the main fleet, but it's a level 1 Plo. It's not the best. Gear 9 5s. It's about the level that my Go Tanks account has. 5s after 2 months, level 1 abilities. Gotta work on that guy. I mean, you got the hard part done. You got the ship at 7 stars. Just up the character. The character abilities substantially affect the ship's power, and then the mods too. You need the mods. Okay, so at least we have all maxed out on Anakin. I would expect that, but 5s and Plo Koon are an important part of this fleet. I mean, Marauder too. We got Marauder, but of course they're all Gear 1, Level 1. I can only assume this player is still active because they are still in a guild. And they do have Marauder, so they were around when that change was going on. Got a bunch of different Sith. Got a CLS. Got 7-star Malak, which is nice. Let's kind of check on that Executor progress. So the bounty hunters are done. I think that's all of them. And then we need just TIE Fighter pilot. He's really close. I think TIE Fighter pilot just needs to be Relic 5. And you're good to go. Let me double check on that. Yeah, just double check. That is the last relic he needs for it. That's awesome. Has the bounty hunters ready. And then let's check the bounty hunter ships. So Razor Crest. Almost there. So Razor Crest is another requirement. Cad Bane is not required. And Empire ships. Yeah, got all those Empire ships. So yeah, he's really close to Executor. That should be fantastic. But at that point, still has a lot to work on. I like the bounty hunters are reasonably developed. I mean, we got Mando. Hopefully that's not the lead Zeta. Okay. Unique Zeta. So we got the team built nicely. What you use here in Grand Arena: Boss, Grief, Mando, Zam, and probably Boba because he's R8 over Django, but otherwise Django I do kind of like there. So that's pretty good. I got to evaluate this count like it's a 1-year-old account or something, not 8 years old, because he has not been focused at all. Only got 4 Relic Jedi, so we got a Revan team. We do have Jolie Zeta, but he's only gear 10, so he's not going to do much good because he's going to die really fast. Some characters are pretty much trash until you get to relics or high enough level. This is such low health and protection for him. He needs tons of survivability to be worth anything, which is why I like him in relics so often. Mace Windu, not developed at all. Even though he is 7 stars, he's a great character. Bastila Zeta, but that's fine because we've got Janet Revan lead. Do we have Padme? We do have Padme, so that's good. Got pretty much full Padme team. Except I don't know who you're using 5th. Got a Rex at gear 12. That's interesting. So Rex at gear 12, 5's at gear 9, and then Echo and Arc not developed at all. Very interesting. It's kind of a mess. I mean, Sith looked pretty good. Darth Revan Relics is nice. Gear 12 Malak and Bastila. I mean, you want Malak and Relics, but Gear 12 is okay for the time being, but no progress made to get to Gear 13. Got the trio all relics, which is nice. Usually people don't have Nihilist. Like, when people don't have a lot of relics, they kind of skip on Nihilist because you can get away with it. So I think that I would have recommended that. Like, if you have a choice, get like Bastila to Gear 13, you know? Yeah, that's Sith. There's not too many factions to look at on an account like this because they're not going to have so many. My color red unmasked is better on the GoTakes account, and this is a gear 8. That's specifically for ships, which might not have. Well, I don't know. You don't have to get that ship, but. Okay, we got Mara Jade 7-star. I think he said he also is interested in Star Killer. So 5-star Kyle Katarn. These scoundrels. Do we have Mr. Dash? Bam. Dash at 5 stars as well, so no. Yeah, I'm not sure what to work on for this count. I mean, just kind of like work on the characters in the teams you already have developed, like maybe Celestial Relics to get that team going. Finish off Malak. Get like Jolita Relics to work on that Jedi team. Wampa Omicron's a good option. Especially if you're stuck in Chromium, you need a lot of different tools, and that Omicron takes him from 0 to hero. Well, not completely 0, but you already have on gear 12. That Omicron's gonna really change him around. And give him some mods, of course. Oh, yeah, this is one. This is one of the ones I disqualified initially because I didn't think they were taking it seriously at all. But you know, we'll try to help everybody we can. Yeah, I'm not gonna like prescribe another GL. I mean, Starkiller is a good target. You want to do him, that's good. Finish Executor, that's gonna be awesome. And then just pick a new team that's not necessarily like a legendary-based team or a huge unlock, but one that you think is cool, and then go for that. I'm just trying to see if something hits me scrolling down here. Maybe a Zori team, Zori Resistance team. That's a fun team. Phoenix. Phoenix is a huge deal now. So like work up your Rex. Like even though he's 3 stars, get him to your higher gear. Get these guys to higher gear. The player obviously isn't buying Lightspeed bundles, which I support. That's fine. But yeah, just pick some teams that aren't necessarily legendary unlocks and get yourself rolling in that regard. It's a lot more. It's a much quicker payoff instead of just waiting years and years to get one of these big unlocks. Because if you're playing at this pace, those things take even longer. And now let's look at some mods. So we have Bosk as the fastest, which might not be a bad thing. 307, it's not super fast. Not everything is set into protection though, which you want. You want protection on that triangle. You got it on the cross, that's good. Then you want it on the circle. Health. I mean, that's a good mod, but it's not like what he wants. I'd probably switch him with Revan. Maybe not give him this mod if you have a better speed circle mod. But Revan likes the health. That would kill 2 birds with 1 stone potentially. Plus 111, so 279, not super great. Damn, it's fast. I mean, that helps spread the speed around the bounty hunters. Plus 117 for 280. She's pretty naturally fast, so it's easier to accomplish. Darth Revan, these two should probably be the fastest, especially Darth Revan. He so relies on getting out first, so plus 97 speed, not gonna cut it. Crit damage, good thing to have. Health, I do support. Good, so you got your primaries right, just kind of weaker mods. Slicing materials are scarce, so like if they have like an 8 speed mod, not really worth slicing it up to 6 dots. Just work on your mods more often. It's kind of a pain, but keep looking for those speed mods. Crit damage, crit chance here. That's not bad. Got the crit damage triangle as well. So Bravo and fully leading into it. This defense, nah, that's not good. You want probably offense there or a survivability stat that's not defense. Treya. Plus 99. Not great. Too much of anything, really. I guess health and protection are the primaries, but they're not sliced. Or the health isn't sliced. Yeah, not much going on for Treya either. Darth Vader. There you have it. I like that. Offense and potency. That's a good one. Plus 106 for damage, triangle, and offense. That's actually a pretty decently set up Vader. Slow, but he's got a decent setup. Protection used to not be good on him because he didn't recover protection with dots expiring, but now he does, so that's good. Oh, you don't have the lead Zeta. That's good. I feel like everyone, like so many newer players, just apply the lead Zeta and then don't really use it. I mean, maybe it is used like people soloing Geos, but most of the time you run them under Pal lead or someone else. Anakin, 63k health, plus 80 speed. Okay, all crit damage in there, so that's good. This is preferred crit damage for him instead of offense. But that is mainly because of Qui-Gon Omicron, so it's not as crucial if you're not using Qui-Gon Omicron. Let's just check a couple more and then we'll finish Savage. You want a lot of health, and some offense, maybe crit damage. Not seeing the crit damage, just a good amount of health. I mean, yeah, that's fine. Like, if you want to lean in fully into the health build, it's definitely not a bad idea. So he's looking great. Let's just check Palpatine. He's looking pretty slow. 71. And not many other stats to speak of. Not much potency. What does he even have? Action, tenacity, health. Yeah, so just really languishing mods. Need tons of work on the mods. So yeah, just pick a couple intermittent teams to work on and then really hone down on the mods, and then you'll get into higher League and Grand Arena, help you progress more across all game modes. So thanks for letting me take a look. Second thing we're looking at today is Bugaman9 T123. They're in Wampa 2 Electric Boogaloo. Chromium 2, 4.3 million GP. Started in early 2020 and then said really started more in January 2022. So looks like we got a slow start character or player. Focused on guild stuff and Grand Arena, they said. Free to play. We'll see if they're still completely free to play. It said they were just working on key characters, then Jedi Knight Luke. Looks like they got Jedi Knight Luke. This is quite an interesting combo. I can't say I've ever seen this team in Squad Arena, so I don't know what the thought is here. Maybe it looks like he just got slicker because it doesn't have ultimate. Maybe this is just the best team he can put together. Revan. Yeah, I mean Revan, Luke, and Hody, you got me. That makes sense. Even I don't know. The two dark side. I mean, they're good dark side characters, so that's very interesting. Very, very creative setup. Let's see if the cap ships. Chimera gear 12, Malevolence gear 12. No negotiator. Sad day. But you can make use of Endurance for Galactic Republic now. It's not a terrible ship, but this Endurance doesn't have a ton of build-up. I think we did get the Shadows of the Empire bundle at the very least. You don't usually see Akbar built up otherwise. Finalizer, I mean, I don't know if that's part of the pack or not, but I'll check that more on the character side. That's easy to look at. Galactic Republic, man, Relic 7 5s. I mean, we've got the whole spectrum here. Last player ignored 5s completely and then had a built up Anakin. This one has built up 5s and a weaker Anakin. Still, the common theme is everyone hates Plo. Gear 1 Iden makes sense. You know, you got arguably the best ship in the game. Gear 1 pilot, sure. Someone said that like it's only good when you have TIE Interceptor. Like that's not true. Like it's way better with TIE Interceptor because you can bring it out right away. But it's still amazing. Like what are you playing fleet battles where you never get to a reinforcement normally? Like you're gonna get there, especially with TIE Fighter and starting that. Oh, sad TIE Fighter. So like this is what I don't get. The Chimera is like one of the second or third most built up ships. I mean, you have it built up, so you sunk all the prestige into it, and then you're not upgrading the Empire ships. I mean, TIE Advance 1, yeah, it's there. TIE Bomber, 5 stars, it's getting there. TIE Fighter, I mean, 6 stars, but nothing sunk into TIE Fighter Pilot. This is a good ship. This is an amazing ship. Like, you have these there. Just build them up. You don't need them at 7 stars for them to be usable. It's different with ships. You just need the underlying character developed. So work on Iden, work on TIE Fighter Pilot to just get that running. I mean, you're in Chromium, so you need, what, 2 fleets offense, 2 fleets defense? Maybe you're using Finalizer. Definitely using Malevolence. I mean, he's using Thrawn in Fleet Arena. What was the Fleet Arena team? I didn't take note. I was distracted by the weird Squad Arena team. Okay, so we got Millennium Falcon, 5s, and then Houndstooth. I mean, Houndstooth, again, amazing ship. Millennium Falcon, amazing ship. I don't understand. There's no synergy here. There's nothing. There is no synergy. Especially with Helm 1 even at Relic 3 and got most of the abilities up. Kind of like mind-boggling to me. I mean, and you got like a Rebel fleet, like because you were able to freely get a bunch of Relic characters. No Y-wing tank, which is big downside. So, I mean, you can run Han, Biggs. Yeah, I guess you don't have it there. You don't have enough there. It's just a lot of bits and pieces here and there. So ships, a lot of good starts, but not anything that's fully through. Any data? Get some data crons. Okay, so now finally on to the characters. And Supreme Lord Kylo is the only Galactic Legend, so naturally you want him in Squad Arena, but you don't want to run him with these pedestrian First Order characters. Who needs those? Honestly, I would like Squad Arena is not that important, but if you want to get the best team you can, probably just run a normal Supreme Lord Kylo team, not the Jedi Slicker Mallet combo. You already have Hux Zeta, so that's good. Supreme Lord Kylo, all his Zeta, Sith Trooper Zeta, so you're there. Kylo Ren Amassed Zeta, you're there. Just run like Hux Sith Trooper. Kylo Ren Amassed, neither First Star Stormtrooper or 4-star Officer. First Star Stormtrooper is neglected, so maybe you want to run First Star Officer just to pass off more turns to Slicker. Give the man a little bit of speed. Don't be stingy. Yeah, so got that pack. Where is the word rebel? Am I blind? Okay, it's right there. Yes, I am blind. It was right there. We got Rolo Omicrons. Interesting. Leia Omicron. Got Rex Omicron. I do like that one. Got a weak 3PO and Chewie. So we got CLS squad, but not 3PO and Chewie. Up and running. It seems to be actively working on him, at least, has gear applied to almost get to gear 11. So I'd encourage you to keep working on him. Your Phoenix is probably a lot of fun right now. The Zeta on him is good as long as it's unique. Yes, it is good. And then the second Zeta, you probably want to apply. Okay, you already have Sabines. Okay, that's great. And Canes. Okay. Actually, fantastic. The Hera one is nice, but if you don't see the reason you need it, you probably shouldn't do it. It like decreases the cooldowns of the character she's targeting with her special, which can help if you're trying to loop someone. But yeah, no, Phoenix is looking great. I would just like to see 3PO and Chewie built up. Maybe you're running Leia with CLS, because I don't know where else you'd use her. Jedi, I know he had a lot of Jedi. So we got JKL. I guess you can probably take out Slickers with this lineup, and you're probably doing that if you're in Chromium. You're well familiar. So that is one of the big advantages of Jedi Knight Luke, earlier rather than later. Sad to see Anakin, GK, and Ahsoka, and even Mace down at gear 12. And no, we're not in Galactic Republic. I would not see Padme. Do have Padme. Interesting choice to have her in Relics and not any of these others. And you probably like Anakin and GK there first. Fives and Rex are in Relics, but the rest of the clones are left behind. Shakti is left behind. I don't understand why. Yeah, I mean, you got a Padme team there. It's just starving for some development. Even though you just have Mace, Mace's capital ship, Anakin still was worthy of gear 13. I think you already know that because you're 4 to 6 pieces of the way there. Very impactful relic there on him. Sith. We got Darth Revan, Vader, Traya. So we got like the touchstones of kind of the 3 key earlier game Sith teams: the Vader team, the Traya team, and Darth Revan. So it's looking pretty solid. Savage gear 12. Yeah, I mean, we're in other Empire with them. Sign and Nihilus are good enough for Traya. I don't know who you're using a 5th with Traya. Maybe it's Dooku. Sith Empire, let me see. Okay. So that's the Sith Empire team. Not bad. Like bounty hunters. Cad Bane is not required for Executor, so I don't. Are you going for JMK? I don't know why Cad Bane and Relics. I mean, Executor will be a great thing to go for right now. So working on like Boba, IG, you gotta get up, Dengar, getting all of them up and ready. Be a good idea. And that's probably arguably one of the best things you could do, Executor instead of another GL. Did you get the resistance packs? What was this? I guess you just got the JTR pack. I haven't seen too much of that. Just the JTR pack, not the other resistance pack. Not the, was it the Ray pack? There was a bunch of packs that tied into Ray in one way or another. Yeah, I think I've looked at the account enough. Interesting account. I mean, you got plenty of room to grow in different areas. Some head scratching roster decisions, but let's get to mods. I've already spent a long time on this one. So yeah, Slicker of course is fastest, 535, not that fast. Revan's second fastest, plus 129. Not amazing, but still already in much better order than the previous account I looked at. Protection, not the best on him. He has kind of crappy base protection. Offense, he doesn't do a ton of damage. I like health, or if you can get a blazing fast speed, you can kind of ignore the primaries, but there's not a blazing fast weapon. Oda, of course, only care about survivability stats, not any kind of offensive thing or potency or anything. Yoda's pretty fast. Interesting. I presume he's being used under Jedi Knight Revan. You don't need him super fast for that. I mean, it's an option. But you want more sunk into the offensive stats. Crit chance is not terrible on him. But you definitely want offense here, like a protection, super fast. Not the right character to have that on. I'm thinking maybe Bosk would be good to use that on. Yeah, he's got like really low speed here. I mean, you already have health as a secondary thing. Give him, he wants a ton of protection and he wants a lot of speed. So that model in Yoda would be good to put on Bosk. Alright, Jade. Not super fast. I mean, protection's good on her. Also, she has all these newer characters have like pretty high base protection, even if they're like supports or something. So putting extra protection on them does help. I mean, offense is not the worst, but that was a really slow mod. You want a lot of speed on Mara Jade. Yeah, health. Not too much speed, so. Not super strong mod pool. Not the worst I've seen. Alex one you can kind of get away with not too much. However, you want all protection primaries. Like there's some cases where you want to do tenacity, but if you're not, do all protection because it's a lot easier to get a high amount. I mean, you get 16% when you have it sliced, but someone else could use that. And see, it takes 35,000 to get to 94k when only 20,000 to get to 94k because he has a much higher base protection. So you have higher boosts in the protection. It's all turned into health anyway. So yeah, give him all protection primaries. Who else? Vader. Offense pose. See, that's pretty good. Not too much speed. I would prefer crit damage there. Got health. Crit chance. No, he gets so much crit chance from Merciless Massacre. It's great. He gets 50%. Yeah, he gets 50% crit chance. So that triangle is an opportunity to get crit damage and not waste on crit chance. DLS, offense and tenacity. Really slow. The thought's in the right place. Offense. There's just a lot of crit chance triangles, but those are pretty bad overall. Yeah, okay, so I'll stop with this one. I spent a lot more time looking at the actual roster. We get the idea. The mods need some work. Be checking swigga.gg for mod recommendations. It's not always perfect, but it does help a lot. I can't cover every mod, but yeah, thanks for letting me take a look. And now the last review of this one is the first Discord request I got, and that is Gnervous. He's actually in my guild, which is probably why he got to the request so fast when I opened it up on Discord. Fall 2018 account, 11.1 million GP, focused on PvP. Back then it was farming Leviathan, Cal, and the next GL, so I think he might already have all of those things. He has Leviathan, and we got Leia, yep, so 8 GLs. One of those accounts where it's pretty much everything, so it's going to be a little different than a lot of the reviews I'm doing because I'm just trying to nitpick what is missing. So in fleets, I always like to check Empire and Galactic Republic. Since he's in my guild, and he does pretty well, I have a feeling he'll not have too much to nitpick. So we got relics everywhere. Relic 8 Iden, great. I mean, she's great for the raid, and this ship is just incredible. So that's a slam dunk R8 there. R7 is kind of the baseline for Grand Inquisitor in 5th. That's what I have them at, what you need them for. Riva, I also have Relic 3 on Guard and ISC, so same thing there. Galactic Republic. Yeah, not too much to nitpick here. I have R7 Ahsoka instead of R5 Marauder. I just started adding extra relics myself, but Relic 5 is plenty on all of them. This might be one where I just have to sort backwards and see what might be missing. Okay, Probe Droid, a little bit lower than I thought, so I'd be surprised if you don't have this 7 stars yet. If you don't, then I would recommend being targeted in the galactic bounties that come up. Even if you're not targeting it in any other way, like just doing the galactic bounties over time, you should get there if you don't want to spend the get 2. POW, I'm kind of surprised, isn't up at all. Because it's mainstay in that Mon Mothma team, which isn't always the most important right now. In 5v5, you can steamroll a Leia with just a Mon Mothma and Biggs. So that might be something to work on. But this is just a late stage account, just having a tool under your tool belt. Scarecrow Pathfinder can find some use. Spirit, I think that's actually something you can get away not having now that we have Marin. Obviously working on IG 12 and Grogu, low gray, Ewoks. I don't think they're worth it at all. I also don't have Gear 12 or relics on my Wookiee, so I don't blame you there. Cheroots, I mean, this is something that is hot right now. It's well worth working on, even if just for, it's not just for the Datacrons right now. It's for, like, it's a good character hat overall. So I would give him to Relic 5. in this round of Conquest, try to get that true Datacron. It's really going to help out. This one's close. I mean, I don't know how many rerolls you've done on that, but take one that you haven't really rerolled much. That's a Rebel Fighter Cron up to level 9, and then try to reroll the correct level 9. You already got good level 3s, I think, so. Okay, where were we here? Yeah, everything else is in relics. That's how most of these accounts are. Let's just hunt for... this is in-game, people, if you're not used to looking at them. Let's try to hunt and peck for potential R8s and R9s. Potential R9, gas. That's a great option. Dark Trooper Moff Gideon. Vaders, I think you're fine with him, not an R8. I took mine to R8. Not really using him. Revo, good candidate for R8, R9. Commander Luke, I think he's an R8 candidate. Same with them all. You go R8, R9. Wow, Hondo, that's probably for platoons. I'm not quite sure, but I think that's probably a platoons character. Cat, Relic 8 candidate. They're saying is an R9 candidate, but I don't even have it there, so I can't really recommend that. I mean, yeah, it's great. It's nice to see like super fleshed out accounts. I mean, our guild's like 550 million, so everyone's over 10 million for the most part. Malgus, R9 for sure. Get him to R9. Mace, R7 candidate for sure. Boss, R7. I've actually been toying with the idea of getting Boss to R9 just because, I don't know, like I have so little to work on the main account, and tanks are so appealing. Well, I have a lot of stuff coming up because I'm finishing off the new Marquise, and Darth Bane's about to come out. So he already got Paz Vizsla. I'm close behind you there, buddy. Yeah, Boss, R7 for sure. Yeah, I mean, like, I guess once I get lower, I'll start seeing more characters that are an issue. I guess I can focus on raid stuff. So Captain Rex, I think, is an R8 candidate. So let's look at some Imperial troopers, because that would help not only you, but our guild. Moff Gideon, first of all, Dark Trooper Moff Gideon, his team is amazing, as you're well aware. Moff Gideon to R8 and Krex, that is on its own a great R8 raid team. Or it's not like one of the best. He doesn't fit into the category. Rex doesn't fit into the category of having like the evasion thing. But he's still really fast, and his basic heals up Moff Gideon. So I get close to 2 million with that combo. Scout Trooper, I still have R7. But I got Death Trooper and Stormtrooper to R7 just for the Dark Trooper Moff Gideon team, and that helps get extra in the raid as well. I'd love for us to push the 600 million bucks, but we're not there yet. So Drogon R8 is good. Han Chewie's good. Rex, I think, is worth getting up to R8. Because even after this raid, he's amazing. That's kind of my criteria. I'm not really gonna like recommend anything else. I mean, Hera is amazing and Akbar, but post this raid, their value is terrible. So I'm not gonna recommend those. Where was I? I was around here. Treya, I also have Mana R5. I'm considering R7, so just something to note for the future. Saw Gerrera has a special mission in TB, so getting him to R7. I recently did that. Also, got Baze and Chirrut, so that's another reason to work on Chirrut. I was slow to do it myself. I understand. Yeah, Moff Gideon, I already talked about that. He's fine. Mando is another one I'm considering taking higher. Savage, I think you could do R7. I mean, he's amazing. It's not going to be wasted. Especially for GAC. I mean, only for GAC. That's the only thing that matters. Zori, R7 is definitely merited for her. I know this stuff doesn't happen instantly, but I'm just like trying to point out what I think. Bad Batch, I think extra relics helps. Some people think you want Marauder. I mean, it does help a lot with Marauder being a little bit slower than Anakin. It's hard to do with a plus 15 speed, but like if you put it on defense a lot, I've been doing that. That doesn't matter quite as much because it opens with AoE. Raider Omicron, nice. Base Malbus. If you get Saul up to R7, you might as well get Base up to R7 for that. Special mission. And close already R5. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to find issues. Let me see, and only force user to see what you're just checking on some Omicrons. I think Ben Solo's Redeemed Omicron is extremely underrated, so I would recommend that one. When you can spare it. I think this is just fine on Starkiller. The thing about the Omicron on this one, it seems good until you realize that the claw starts with while unleashed. So it's only at the end of the battle, like once you've already done the Star Destroyer, that comes into play. That's why it's a terrible option, in my opinion. And you're doing more for the guild than me. You got Omicron on Mara Jade and Fulcrum. The reason I don't have that is because she's already amazing, and I like 0 to hero Omicrons for TW, not win more. I mean it is really good, but then 1 Omicron third sister leader makes sense. So yeah, harder to review an account that has basically everything, but those are just kind of my recommendations. Excellent account, Gnervous. Let's look at your mods. And just as a reminder, he is in Kyber 2, about 3,500 something, so not too far off Kyber 1. Kyber 1 is expanding, but great goal to get into Kyber 1, so hopefully I can find some issues that might help along the way. This is not going to be pedestrian modding like we see in a lot of the reviews. It's pretty good speed, but with a speed set, I'd expect closer to 590. So just something to think about. Crit damage is good, health, that is good, but it's not like these. I feel like Supreme Leader Kylo Ren deserves 5 speed rolls. So these two, room for improvement. Next, Lord Vader. I like him just as protection heavy and fast as you can with crit damage triangle. So I think yeah, you got it. It's all there. Yeah, even that's a really solid protection arrow. So fantastic. But not really critical either way. So Leia, she's not super fast. So you need 540 for the solo run in the raid. Potency at 80%, so you got that. So you're not doing what I do. I permanently kept my best crit avoidance arrow on her, just so I don't have to remod. I don't know if you care too much about that, but not remodding is a big premium in my book. And otherwise, Leia is probably fine. JML, let's see the protection total. Ooh, very nice. And plus 166 speed. Not bad. I don't know what mine's at. Plus 23, 20. You probably calibrated this, I'm sure, but if not, it's worth another try. I mean, it's great. That's a lot of protection. I'm not gonna the speed. I do think you really do want as much speed on him as you can, just like most characters, but you are squeezing a lot of extra protection there. So that's pretty good. Rey, this is the one where it's, I don't know, like it's offense and health. What's the balance? No crit damage. That's good. Yeah, health. Great mod there. Fantastic. On offense, it's fantastic speed. Yeah, no, awesome. But I need to nitpick things. Echo, Mara Jade, fast. I know you're gonna try to find flaws and focus on those, because I know you mod well. Like, I'm pretty sure Darth Revan's gonna be, yep, offense. See, it's not just me. I've never told him how to mod anything. Like, he's modding them well. Like, it's not just my taste preferences. There's a way to do things to be competitive. Could get a little more speed, squeeze that out of there. Offense and health is the big thing for her. Yeah, so this is one. That's a nice speed thing, but this could go on someone. I don't know. I feel like she wants some more speed. But lots of extra offense. To me, she does like enough damage. Man, these are good. She does enough damage that I don't need to. I feel like you don't need to squeeze as much possible offensive out of her as you can. I feel like what's more important is the speed and the health. Offense is good too, but yeah. Resistance to her fin is really fast. I mean, yeah, that helps with the Zori team, so I guess I can't say he's too fast. Captain Rex. That's a great speed for him. I do like that you have him faster than Sabine. I think when people say Sabine fastest first, that doesn't make sense. You want the tenacity down there before you try to do any staggers. Boosh Omicron, man, it might have felt good while you had it, but now it's just a waste. Grief. Who's boss? I don't think there's any compelling reason to have Grief faster than Bosk. There could be. I'd like to hear it, but like you want to taunt with Bosk, and immediately have Grief take a turn, and then he gets a special, which gives Bosk another turn through the frenzy. So, if you have another reason, then by all means. But so I see it. Revan, a little bit down there. I think that's fine speed for him. Like I don't have my Revan clocked super fast anymore too. I think it's, and crit damage. I think at Relic 7 you might, yeah, that might be fine. I like health. That's a great speed mod on him. Just maybe switch it around with someone else that could make better use of protection. That has a good speed circle. Where do I see people mess up? Malak, full tenacity. So, it's really high speed. I mean, that's great. That's an option. But let me ask you, what is the tenacity for? If you don't have a specific purpose, you want to go more health sets or speed sets. Full protection primary, so you could squeeze one more protection primary out of it. This is a great set. I mean, don't get me wrong. For plus 137 for pure tenacity, maybe that could go on like Hux or something. If you don't have a specific need. So let me see Hux. Because he already has really good base tenacity. So he wants the tenacity and the speed. And then it can basically be undebuffable. So he might be a good candidate for all those fast tenacity mods. Yeah, I know I'm kind of running long in this one. Just trying to hunt for any other thing. Darcher Moff Kitty. He's relatively new, or he's very new, so modding differs. I do think you probably want to focus more on protection, and a couple reasons being, once his Datacron expires, even with it, sometimes Radis can beat him, and Radis does a lot of damage based on max health with the exposes. So you want more protection instead of max health. Also, Darth Revan, Deathmark, is a big killer. And if you have less health, more protection, that could be a way you potentially survive that if you're putting this on defense. And if you get to R9, I mean, that's even more surefire. You want protection. They're both pretty even, like base amounts. And once you get to R9, it's much bigger. And then you can start tanking whirlwinds from Rey. So just something to think about. I mean, right now he's pretty solid. Like, no matter what you do with Rey Datacron, which it looks like you had. Just a thought. Malgus, like we said, R9 is a for sure. Because you don't only care about his health. You're not only caring about how much damage he does with his little bunny hop. You care about how survivable he is and protection. Having really high protection too from the R9 is a big deal. Well, that's it for this one. I have gone way longer on Gnervous than I have for most players, but it's the first Discord review and he's my guildmate, so it's helping me out too. That's it for this round, guys. Finally got through that infernal spreadsheet from a post I made in January 2023 asking for volunteers for a roster review. On to the Discord reviews now, finally. Now, don't get your hopes up if you haven't even requested a review, because there's still dozens to go with that. And I've been telling people that I can't sign up for months and months at this point. Finally making progress. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and see you later.